Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons, where you can sign up to be a member of the Shannons Club, your local Holden certified service centre, Pace Farm the enjoyable egg, and Heron Forbes Machinery House, where you can buy online. G'day and welcome to part 2 of the 2024 Kumeu Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival here in New Zealand. Today you're about to see just some of the awesome vehicles here in the show shed in this week's episode of Classic Restos. Well, there's no doubt that inside here you will find some of New Zealand's finest. Time now to go and take a closer look. Getting straight into the show shed here at Kumeu for 2024. How are you, Andy?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. I've been here since Monday organizing the indoor show shed, and I quite say I'm a little bit tired, but yes, we get it going. The show is amazing, and yes, thanks for that, Fletch.
You're welcome, Andy. Now, you're playing an integral role this year with mothers, and might I say too, mothers have virtually taken over the show shed here for 2024. And I've got to say, they do a brilliant job, brilliant products. Mothers' stuff works very nice, Chris Fletch said, and you're a big part of that.
Yes, for this year, both me with Muscle Cars Universe and Mothers New Zealand, we decided to sort of bring a bit of a different climate to this indoor show shed, turning it from a chicken coop to an actual pleasant experience for the audience and the attendants here at Kumeu Hot Rod Festival. Yeah, that's a great experience, I guess.
I think too, talking from the sponsorship level as well, it goes hand in hand, makes perfect sense that mothers here with their polishers representing these vehicles, they are absolutely stunning, Andy. As I alluded to earlier, some of the finest that you'll find in New Zealand, and of course you've been to the United States as well, inspired by the likes of SEMA, and bringing that to little old Kumeu here in West Auckland, which I think is marvellous.
Yes, it is, and you see, the experience from SEMA was completely mind-blowing and eye-opening for us here, living in Kiwiland. And honestly, both me and Mothers New Zealand, we decided to sort of, again, bring a bit of an American flair to this show and revive the air that we can breathe here at Kumeu Hot Rod Festival. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, now, just to give us a bit of a rundown, Andy, behind us here we have a beautiful 34, right?
Yes, it is.
Now, it's won the Shine Award. Now, through the eyes of a judge, what do you look for? Do we start with a 100-point system and work backwards? How does it work to arrive at the decision that that is a show winner?
Yes, so I got to first of all thanks Mothers New Zealand for the opportunity of being a judge here at the Kumeu Hot Rod Festival 2024. So we were 4 judges. It was me and another 3 key important elements of the automotive industry and the hot rodding industry here in New Zealand. We had a point system based off a few different elements of, let's say, starting from the paint job, we were looking at paint glare, paint fade, even paint chipping, clearly. Coming from SEMA and the tight judging that most judges do there, many criteria were considered for the specific judging and scoring. And after the paint, we look at the wheels, entire combo. We look at general chrome presentation, whether there are scratches here and there. Glass is very important, and paint as well, because, as you know, it being a Shine Award, it's quite interesting.
There can only be one winner in that category. Do you ever have that situation where 2 vehicles are so line ball? What do you do in that situation?
Yeah, so yesterday was quite interesting because both me and the other 3 judges, we were literally arguing for an hour and a half. It was really that tight to get the final trophy in the hands of the winner, which is this beautiful 34 Coupe behind me.
Good on you, Andy. Well done. But before I let you go, what part of Italy are you from?
I'm from Torino, actually, from the north of Italy, and I have automotive running through my blood since when I was a kid, because Torino is the city of Fiat cars, Lancia, and a few more developments through Alfa Romeo as well. So, yes.
I appreciate the culture, and nice to see you here in Kumeu. And again, a big thanks to Mothers to allow this show shed to be happening for 2024. And also, too, the 30th birthday of the Kumeu Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival. Andy, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Fletch, and glad to see you.
Getting around the magnificent show shed here at Kumeu for 2024. How are you, Brent?
I'm fine, thanks, Fletch.
So, Wayne, mate, 1956 Chevy Belair. What a sensational car you've got here.
Thank you.
We say this all the time. With a custom build, an extension of your own persona, there's no limit to the imagination as to how far that you want to go. But what you've done here is just beautiful in every regard, Brent. Got the two-tone paint separated by the stainless. What are the two colours that you've used here?
Well, the colours are Charlie Allen, who painted the car. They're special colours, so
They put their own formulas in and their own mixes, don't they?
Yeah, he tried to get the black as possible, and the other colour is one that he, between him and my wife, dreamed up and tinted up, and that's what we've ended up with.
It's beautiful. It's almost like the beginning of a night sky. It's just got that really nice look about it. The leather. We look at the interior there, Brent. The leather interior there, electric seats, absolutely beautiful. Dashboard looks superb. And as far as the engine bay is concerned, that goes without saying. Maybe a few specs on where you went with the engine there.
Yeah, well, it's an LS3. A couple of my other cars are supercharged. I've never really owned a turbo car. My son talked me into putting a turbo on it because he's into the turbo sort of scene. So I thought, well, hell, if we're going to put one on, we might as well put two to make it look balanced. So that's where we've ended up.
Okay, Brent, it's great to see you here with a 56 Belair, a 55, a 56 and 57. They're three iconic Chevrolets, aren't they?
They are, yeah. Well, the fact is I was manufactured in 56, so there's a connection there, and when I was a little fella I used to play rugby, and the coach used to take half the rugby team in his 56 four-door with about 8 of us across the back seat, so that was another connection to them. I've always loved I love the 57s as well, but yeah.
Love the old stories, mate. I appreciate your time. I know you do have to go this morning from the show shed, so thank you very much for your time, Brent, and for sharing just some of this beautiful Bel Air with us.
All right, thanks, Fletch.
When I was a kid, I loved cars, still do. The 57 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham was the most advanced car in the world. Cost more than a Rolls. Hand-built with a stainless steel roof, cruise control, electric seats, and would you believe, air suspension. American iron. It's a passion Shannons understand. That's why they insure my daily drive, the caddy, my bike, even the house.
Call Shannons on 13 46 46. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.
When it comes to cars, there are some brands that will remain with us forever, no matter what. The Holden was always Australia's own car, held high in the hearts of many. Those lines, that chrome, the stories around them, and the people that owned them. From the classic through to the final, you can still trust in genuine Holden and AC Delco parts, available through the Holden Certified Service Network. In 2024, why not consider a Detroit tour with Fletch? Detroit, the automotive epicenter. It will leave you gobsmacked. Imagine experiencing where automotive history on a grand scale began. Stay in fine accommodation, taking in some of the best museums and private car collections on the planet. Book your 2024 Detroit tour with Fletch. Email fletchtours@mail.com. Next up here we have something pretty rare, an original 356 Porsche, an original car, matching numbers. Al, how are you?
Great, thanks, Fletch. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Good to see you too, and making the show shed even that little bit nicer with this car. You don't see too many of these.
No, they're very rare in New Zealand. This is a 1.3 litre, so it's even rarer than most you'd see.
Now, Porsche, Volkswagen, affiliation there, no VW parts in this particular car, right?
No, the 356A Type 1 didn't come with any Volkswagen parts, all Porsche. Yeah.
Now, what's the history of this particular car?
So this car was actually done up in Brisbane, 2012 to 2018 by the previous owner, and he imported it into New Zealand when he shifted to New Zealand.
Al, have a look at the interior, the oxblood leather there, that beautiful, that sumptuous deep red interior. There's always something about a red leathered interior car, in my opinion.
Red and silver for a Porsche, all day.
And the big matching steering wheel, of course, straight out of the Porsche factory to go with it.
Absolutely, it's just a piece of art. The whole interior is just a piece of art, and when you're driving it, you feel like you're driving a little piece of art down the road. Just puts a smile on your face.
Good on you, Al. Well, look, thank you so much. You've also got your wife here as well this weekend, which is nice, and we'll have a talk to her in just a moment. But before I let you go, how long have you had the car, and where do you take it? Do you drive it much out on the road, or do you mainly just keep it in shows? What happens there?
No, we do drive it actually. We do trailer it here, of course, because it takes a lot of preparation to get a car up to standard for Kumeu.
Thank you, Alan.
No problem, Fletch. Good to see you again.
Thank you, mate. And again, thanks for coming along and attributing to Kumeu the Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival for 2024.
Thank you.
April, how are you?
I'm good, Fletch. How are you?
Good. Tell us, through the eyes of a lady, what's it like to own an original 356?
Oh, this car's absolutely amazing. It's my husband's bucket list dream car of all time. And it was through a connection through the panel and paint business that I work for, Supreme Automotive in Masterton. We made an appointment with the gentleman, and we went and had a look, and he was just such a lovely, lovely man. And my husband knows everything about 356s, so the two of them just talked for about 2 hours, and then it ended up being that it might be for sale, and it went from there.
It was just divine timing.
Absolutely was, yes.
Now, you're a bit of a car girl, or not a bit of a car girl, all of a car girl. Not just a 356, I believe you've got other interests as well with cars.
Yes, we've got a black 1963 Ford Thunderbird, which we've had for quite a few years now, 5 or 6 years, and we go to a lot of events in that.
What a transition of vehicles.
Yeah, absolutely. The contrast of them is really neat. We've got the black V8, big, huge American tank car that we run around in, and then in contrast, this beautiful little baby that we can, dress up and feel quite special in.
Getting it into the show shed is a big accolade. Congratulations on your third place trophy as well.
Thank you very, very much. It's my husband's, as I said, absolute bucket list dream car. We've never been to Kumeu before. It's an amazing show. We've really enjoyed it.
April, it's been lovely catching up with you.
And you too, Fletch. Thank you very much. Cheers.
What an awesome show shed for 2024. It is here at Kumeu. Time for Paul. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thanks, Fletch.
That's great. Thanks for being here. Right in front of the mother sign with this 1940 Ford. Now, this is a very old hot rod, possibly one of the oldest in New Zealand. Dating back to when, Paul?
Originally, first show was 1967 at the Autorama show in the South Island.
That's a long time. It would have been through a lot of hands in that time too, I'd imagine.
Probably through to about the early 70s before it went off the show scene and started changing hands to a few different variety of owners. Last show, I believe, was 1975 Autorama, and then it was taken off the show scene, and the restoration by various people started, and I picked up the pieces.
That's amazing, Paul. So how long have you had it?
I bought it in 1985.
85, goodness me. All right, so obviously when you got it in 85, it didn't look how it does now. So give us a walkthrough of what you've done.
Well, it wasn't a pretty picture when I got it, but it's just the way it goes. I bought it thinking, wow, I love the look, I love the car, I love the style, but it wasn't well built by today's standards. So it was a case of let's pull it apart and start again. I was often told that this is too far gone to do anything with, but I decided that, hey, the next person to drive Wild Honey was going to be me. I made a commitment nearly 40 years ago, and we made it, and we're now driving it, and it's good fun.
Wild Honey, nice name that the car has got as well. I love what you've done. 454 Chev, up there in the front of the Ford, 671, a couple of 750 Hollies on there. I love the bright work you've done with the ceramic coating on the extractors or on the headers, through to the cutouts there, and it's quite a nice looking ride, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's come up pretty well. Yeah, it's always a work in progress, and there's always things you do differently. But The finished product here at the moment, I'm very happy with. That's good. And I really appreciate the work that some people have gone to help me get it here.
Good on you, Paul. I bet you're chomping at the bit to get it perfected, get it tuned, get it out and enjoy it.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, get it certified, get it on the road and enjoy hot rodding, which is my love.
Been a pleasure catching up with you, Paul.
Too. Thanks, Fletch. Cheers, eh? Thank you.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be.
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
They may not be making the classic Holden anymore, but the legacy lives on. You can still have a Holden certified service using genuine Holden and AC Delco quality parts at over 180 centres across Australia. Go to holden.com.au to find your nearest centre. Book your Holden in, maintain the pride. If you own a classic or two, they just have to be insured with Shannons. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote and a chat on 134646? And the Shannons Club awaits you as Australia's largest automotive online hub. For more information, visit shannons.com.au. Time now for this absolutely amazing 1934 three-window Ford. How are you, Keith?
I'm very good, Fletch, thank you.
You can't come to a show and not be interviewed with a vehicle like this. Absolutely amazing. Let's start with up front, a 427. That's, what do we say about that? A light vehicle, big 427 up there with some throttle bodies on there. Must be nice.
It is indeed. I had a mate say to me, you can stroke these engines, so who do you know with a 34 with a 427 cubic inch? So that's where it started from. In fact, I built the engine first.
Isn't that awesome, the stroking abilities now, what we can do with small blocks and to get these big displacements?
Yes, you can get them up to 454 now.
And you've got it running well, it performs nicely?
It's good. It's just going through the last part of certification. Yep. So I have been up, I've done about 30 kilometres in it, up and down one of the local roads out the back.
The driveway.
Yeah, one very quiet road, so it drives lovely, handles beautifully. Really cool car. So.
Good on you, Keith. This is a showstopper indeed. What's the blue?
It's a Ford Focus, the latest Ford Focus blue, but it's got quite a lot of pearl in it. So,
in the hot rod too, in the comfort department, the seats, what are they out of, or where are they from?
Ooh, should I tell you? They're out of a Skoda.
See, I like that. It's something different. The seats last. Maybe, I don't know what happened to the Skoda, but at least the seats are still hanging in there.
Yeah, from a wrecking yard, so there wasn't much left of the Skoda, but the seats were perfect. So.
And of course, to get in and out, we've got the tilt chrome column there as well. Yep. So, there's some niceties in there.
The seats, I didn't want electric, I wanted manual, so that's what it is. So, the interior is all the door cards, all the stuff that you see in there, I made all that.
It's your own persona that goes into what you've come up with here, and that's the thing with these rods, isn't it? You can just keep on going.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to work. I'm a builder, cabinet maker, joiner by trade, so I'm very, very fussy, and I've been lucky enough over many years now to work with some amazing architects and designers, and you pick up a lot of stuff along the way, and I've got a really good eye for detail, I believe, and it's just I could see this finished before I started it. So,
for a timber cabinet maker, I really love your metalwork.
Well, it's just another medium. The first time
and it's the same thing applies too with your joinery or your cabinet making. You have the finished product. You've got it pictured, haven't you?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That's the same deal.
Yep. So just picked first bit of steel I picked up with, and John said, "Dear, make this. Here's a cardboard pattern." I thought, bloody hell, this is a good medium to work. So it's a whole new world for me. So I was hooked from then.
Keith, I'll let you go. Sit down, take the load off there, and your lovely wife with you as well, bringing this gorgeous hot rod here. And congratulations, the Best Ford trophy as well that you've taken out. So well done on that, Keith.
Thank you, Fletch. Appreciate it. Right. Good to meet you.
Good on you, mate. You too. Thank you. Check this for a full ground-up resto, 1969 Camaro. How you doing, Paul?
Yeah, good, thanks, Fletch.
That's the way, mate. You having fun this weekend?
It's been a great weekend. Lots of people to see and lots of cars to look at.
One good thing about the show shed, at least the sunshine, the heat is off the car, so that they have a bit of a easier run in here, don't they?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's nice and cool. You get a bit of breeze and and everyone's happy.
Paul, love what you've done here, 1969 Camaro. 13, over 10 years this took you.
Yeah, 13-year build. We bought it 2009, October, and just started, had a vision of what we wanted, and just carried on going until we got it finished.
That's very important. I think that vision thing, when you start a project, you've got to be able to picture it finished, and that's going to be the incentive to get you through.
Yeah, it's you just got to stick to what you want, and just got to carry on and do it bit by bit.
Engine up front with LS2 6-litre. You've got a 6-speed manual as well. Yep. Wow, that's a pretty cool combination.
Yeah, we looked at it and I found one out of a written-off Commodore. They'd done 35,000 Ks, and we just said, rightio, we need a cam and intake and a few other fast parts on it and make it go a bit better.
But you've just got all those cogs to play with. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's such an easy car to drive, and like 1400 RPM at 100 Ks. That's just not even moving.
So much to be said about overdrives in our classic cars. You know, we can give them the 3.5 rears or the 3.9 rears. You get everything off the line, but with the overdrive, you know, you've got your low RPM up high on the freeway. Best of both worlds, isn't it?
It is, and fuel economy too, because they're fuel injected, and it goes like a dream.
Absolutely. Now, the interior, gee, I tell you what, that looks nice there with your Recaro seats. I love the white gauges there sitting in dash. It really looks like she's built to move. It makes a statement sitting still.
We did Detroit Speed front suspension in it, so it actually handles really well as well, and it stops with the big brakes. And then when you're sitting in it, it's just comfort, air conditioning.
The thing too, like, there's so many things are available now to make our classic cars even more drivable. Like you've just mentioned, better brakes, make them handle, steer a little bit nicer. You know, you can do that if you choose to.
Yes, you can. Yep, and we wanted something that we could drive everywhere and anywhere, and we could just pull it out of the garage whenever we want, and just go for a Sunday drive.
That's it. Now, in the first year it was on the road, how many Ks did you do?
5,500 Ks in the first year.
That stands for a guy that's happy with his build. Couldn't keep yourself out of it.
No. Every Sunday we get a chance, we'll even just go out for coffee. Just go for a drive and just enjoy it.
I hear you, Paul. I really do. All right, mate. Well, thank you very much for coming along to Kumeu for 2024, mate. Love the Camaro. Well done. It's a credit to you. And a 13-year build. Well, wow. To be sitting here in the shed, mate, great accolade. Well done.
Thanks, mate. See you, Fletch.
Cheers, Paul.
Bye-bye.
And complete with the 1928 Ford, a Roadster, a daily driver, the organiser of this sensational event, Ken Galvin. How are you, mate?
I'm bloody good, Fletch. How are you, mate?
Good. Might I congratulate you again on another fantastic weekend?
Oh, well, it's only a good weekend when you're here, mate, and everybody else comes, eh?
I'm sure you wait for these interviews every year.
Oh,
yeah, the interview that I do with Ken here at Kumeu, no doubt about you.
Yeah, no, it's pretty different interviews, I'll tell you that now, mate.
In terms of people through the gates this weekend, you happy with the 2024 event?
Yep, it's our 30th and I'm wrapped. But I'll tell you what, we had the record amount of car clubs here. We had 47 different car clubs here.
Now, in terms for perspectives for next year for traders, now we've got around about 100 trade sites and 350 swap sites. Is that correct, Ken?
Yeah, 370 we sold out, and it's all pre-sold swap sites now.
One thing I did notice too, talking to some of the traders, is the return rate. And I think that's great here with Kumeu as well, the amount of guys that keep on returning with their trade stands. That's a good sign, Ken.
Yeah, it's always good because that means that, hey, we haven't upset them the year before. But I'll tell you what we've noticed is that everybody's coming up, oh, Ken, you know, and Fletch, and everybody knows everybody, and that's the problem, you know. And it's
one guy came up to me and said, Fletch, I love your show, I watch all the time. And I said, I'm so glad somebody does. I've been looking for you, I said. You're the man I've been looking for 16 years. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we paid him to do that, and it took us a lot of time to try and find him, you know. And in the end, we couldn't find anybody serious enough, so we got an actor in.
Ken, thank you. It's always wonderful waiting for this interview. Thank you for the Classic Restos return for 2024, and looking forward to seeing you again next year.
Yes, so are we. I mean, it's sort of like, it's a done deal now, you know, like if you don't come, well, we might as well close the place down.
You told me to get here and don't even worry about doing the episode. No, I can't do that to you, mate. Got to give you something back. Cheers, buddy.
Well, I don't mind, mate. As long as you're here.
I hope you've really enjoyed these last 2 episodes of Classic Restos, representing the 2024 Kumeu Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival here in New Zealand. Until next week, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch.
Oh, yes, he is Fletch. And I meant to say something because it's acting. Thanks for watching, mate.
You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/ClassicRestosTV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au.
Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons, where you can sign up to be a member of the Shannons Club, your local Holden certified service centre, Pace Farm the enjoyable egg, and Heron Forbes Machinery House, where you can buy online.